Or say war.
Hi guys, welcome to the next episode of Road to a Million. This week we're not going to be having any solid bets. I just wanted to review a couple of things that we've talked about in the past and how our strategy has been working out for us so far. If you followed us last episode, you'll see that we actually took a loss on New England to Baltimore. Now, that is not a huge deal to us. So far, we actually had a pretty good record on our solid picks. And to be honest, taking New England was a very solid pick that week. If you take a look at this season, last season, and the season before, they only have 9 losses, including this one to Baltimore. That's crazy. They're doing amazingly well. They're still a very solid pick. We bought the extra points to try and be a little safer. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us. Now, we also talked about MMA, and there were a couple of big fights in there. I told everyone that this would be a lot of fights to watch. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. We saw a heavy favorite in Johnny Hendricks on the preliminary card go down to Corey Anderson by KO. That was crazy. Great fight to watch. Kevin Lee had a crazy head kick knockout over Igor Gillespie. Shane Burgess on the preliminary card won by sheer will of force. He was down the first 2 rounds heavy and just beat his opponent to where he could barely stand up. That third round comeback was crazy. To be honest, it was a great card. It highlighted off with Diaz and Masvidal. Masvidal came out super strong like I thought he would, taking the first round 10-8, 10-9 on the second round. Third round, Diaz started coming back a little bit, but honestly, Masvidal was very overwhelming. They called it doctor stoppage between third and fourth round. Great fight to watch. Great pay-per-view overall. But between these two aspects, I kind of wanted to highlight that these are still sports. We're still gambling. As safe as we try and make our bets, anything can happen. We try and hedge our bets a little bit by buying points and by taking heavier favorites or by certain win conditions to try and get us better odds and get us safer wins. I hope you understand that we're not always going to win, but we're going to try our best. And speaking of which, if we take a look at the other end of my bet from the last episode in esports, now we took SK Telecom 1 to win over G2 Esports, but we didn't actually take them to win. We took them to get the first Baron. Now this was important. They were a heavy favorite in that game. Taking them to win didn't pay as much as taking the Baron. Now this came back to save us. They actually went down in that game. They lost 3-1 in a best of 5. But you know what? They took 6 total Barons in 4 games. That's insane. G2 Esports, on the other hand, they only took 1 Baron. Now, that being said, when you have teams that go that aggressively, we lost that game. Anything can happen. But because we played it a little bit safer, we were able to get that win and still enjoy watching the game. That being said, if you do want to take a look at esports, this is the World Finales. It's coming up right now. It's going to end November 12th. We've got a big game this Saturday. It's going to be G2 Esports, the guys who took down SK Telecom 1, the new number 1 favorite in this tournament, up against Fun Plus Phoenix. Now, Fun Plus Phoenix is no joke. They're a fast rush team. And again, I think that they're the underdog here. They're probably going to lose to G2 Esports. However, again, we're going to go with the Baron. The reason being, their last game, they also took 3-1, but in 4 games, they took 4 Barons. So they're, again, being aggressive. They're using it to finish and end games. They're counting on it. They're relying on it. So you can bet that they're probably going to get it more than G2 Esports. G2 Esports, if you can play it and win 3 out of 4 games and you don't get the Baron, you're not counting on any win conditions. You're counting on individual characters, that synergy and that force. The Baron's an extra treat for you if you feel like you can snag it. And to be honest, that's a better winning strategy than counting on it. However, by taking the Baron, either A, we're going to get it with Fun Plus Phoenix, or B, it's going to go void. So that being said, I'm going to place a bet at 1.83 to take the Baron on Fun Plus Phoenix. I think that's going to be a safe bet for us. Anything can happen. Again, hopefully you place the bets down and we all win out big. place it a little safer. We're going to try to minimize our losses, and we're going to come by with some big wins. Now, before I go, I do want to give a special shout out to our sponsors, Tata's Hot Sauce. Bring that flavor to your table. And if you want to buy some of our new merch, keep an eye out on our website. It's going to be up soon. Bet well.